Well, hey kids, do you love Thanksgiving? I know I sure do. Today on Josh's Funhouse, I'll be showing you some great crafts you can bring to the kiddie table with you for dinner, and I'll also be teaching you how to behave like good boys and girls once you're there. Thanksgiving is only 20 days away, so we better get started. My first Funhouse friend has been here making crafts since he was your age. Which was a super long time ago. He especially likes to decorate his house for Thanksgiving, and he's offered to share some of his wacky ideas with you kids today. Please welcome my crazy cousin Kyle to the show. Kyle? Come on in, Kyle.
Hey, Josh.
Great to see you. Thanks for coming back. I'm really excited for you to teach us some great new tips.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's always fun on the show.
Exactly. So, what exactly are we going to start with today?
Well, today I'm gonna show you two quick craft examples that anyone can do. The first is gonna be a hand turkey.
Ooh, I've heard of those. So how would I get started doing a hand turkey?
Well, for a hand turkey, you need some supplies.
Okay.
You need a piece of paper.
Okay.
You need some scissors.
Which you must be careful with every time you get them.
You don't want to cut yourself.
Oh, no, we don't.
And then you need something to write with. That's all. And then maybe some other things as well, but
okay.
That's the essentials.
Okay.
So here's what you do. First, get something to write with and get a piece of paper, any color you like.
So that could be a crayon, a marker, a pencil, something.
Like I said, anything to write with.
Okay, great. I'm going to take the white piece of paper.
Okay, I'm going to use blue.
Okay.
So you take your hand and you put it down on the paper.
Okay.
And then you're going to trace it.
All right.
Just like so, with my crayon.
Good. This is nice and smooth.
Now keep in mind that your thumb is going to be the head of the turkey.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this.
Do you know where this is going?
This is so crazy, Kyle.
It is. It is pretty crazy.
So what happens after we have a nice outline of our hand?
All right, so we trace our hand.
Okay.
And then we're going to take our scissors.
Okay.
How many pairs of scissors do we have? Do we just
only
have one?
So we need to learn how to share.
Ooh, okay. Well, anyway, so I'm going to cut out my hand like so. Okay? Just cut out the hand. And I'm going to keep cutting until I've got all the fingers separately cut out.
Okay, I see exactly what you're doing.
You see what I'm doing here?
So kids, also for some nice decorations, what you can do is get some nice puff balls, some feathers, we have some glitter, we have some puff paint, we have lots of things you guys can use to make your turkey a little more decorative.
Okay, now I got the hand cut out.
Great.
But it doesn't look like a turkey yet.
That's okay, we tried our best, that's all that matters.
But here's what we do, all right? You can color it and put a little eyeball on the turkey, and now immediately it looks more like a turkey.
Definitely. So what are some other things we can add to this? We have some puffy paint. I think we should add some puffy paint to this.
We have some puffy paint. We have some pom-pom balls type thing that we can throw on there.
I can add some little feathers in here. Ooh,
we can put some
pretty.
Some colored feathers like this.
There we go, nice, good.
And now we're getting closer to making this look like a true Thanksgiving turkey.
That looks like a pretty good turkey to me, if you ask me. Now, Kyle, what exactly is your favorite color or your favorite accessory to add to a turkey?
My favorite accessory to add to the turkey, believe it or not, is glitter.
Ooh.
Okay, the glitter, you just sprinkle it on. First, you want to put some glue down.
Okay.
We use puffy paint. It's close enough.
You can use Elmer's cement glue bond or regular Elmer's glue.
Okay.
Now be careful not to get your hands all sticky, so use the handle correctly. And
now put some glue up on the fingers too.
Okay, there we go.
Because we want our Thanksgiving turkey to be real colorful.
Okay.
So now once we have the glue on here, we like to sprinkle these.
All right, there we go. Well, that looks great so far. So you know how to make a turkey now. So thank you very much, Kyle, for learning that.
When you're completed, you want the finished product to look a little something like this.
That's great. Thanks, Kyle. Now we're going to learn how to go to the dinner table and what to wear. So we need to learn how to make hats. So we're going to do that right after the break. So keep it here. We'll be right back.
Chair of the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee, I've got good news. New York State's roadways are the safest they've ever been, but they can be safer if everyone would just buckle up.
Seatbelts can make the difference between life and death.
I've seen people walk away because they wore their seatbelt, and I've seen people die because they didn't.
It breaks your heart because you know it could have been prevented.
We're here to save lives. So think of it as tough love.
Please, wear your seatbelt.
Hey, because in New York State, if you don't click it, you're going to get a ticket.
There are people with a calling. most serve 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. Earning money for college. Protecting their community. In the Army National Guard, you can.
Hey kids, and we're back with Crazy Cousin Kyle. Today on Josh's Funhouse, we're learning how to make some neato crafts for Thanksgiving. If you're just tuning in, you missed how to make a nice hand turkey.
That's right, Josh. We made 2 nice hand turkeys.
But don't worry, we have lots of fun left in the show. You know back when Indians and Pilgrims first used to eat Thanksgiving together? Now we can do that now. We can just wear some hats. So Kyle, do you want to show us how to wear some hats?
It's real simple, all right? You want to look like an Indian or a Pilgrim first?
It doesn't matter to me. I think both are equal.
You like them both? Okay, we'll start with the Indians, because they really created Thanksgiving, didn't they?
Okay.
All right, so first we're going to make...
Another piece of paper?
That's right. We're going to take a piece of paper,
Okay.
and we're going to make an Indian headdress,
Okay,
all right?
great.
So you take your paper, and you're going to cut down all the way this way.
Okay.
All right, you're going to go about 4 or 5 inches in. You can measure it if you want. It doesn't have to be exact.
If you need a ruler or something to trace with, you can easily just put one in there.
But you want to just cut down the paper in a straight line.
Okay. Well, that looks good so far then.
Now, once you finish cutting that strip, this is going to serve as the headband to the
Okay.
hat or to the thing.
Okay, great. So we
what we're going to
staple
do
this
is we're going to
together,
staple it together.
and we can add some nice feathers. Again, we have our glue. We can put in some nice feathers right there.
That's right. So we have the headband. Probably not going to fit someone like me or you, but maybe the kids out there have really small heads that can fit in like that.
And the finished product should look a little bit something like this. We have some nice feathers on it, a nice paper feather we did. So you staple it all together in the back, use your glue, and then you have a headdress just like that. How about a pilgrim hat?
Pilgrim hat. Well, you start off the same way by making the band.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do is cut out a little design pilgrim
like
hat.
this.
Don't forget the buckle that the pilgrims had on the top of their hats. That's the true trademark of a pilgrim. Now what you do with it is you just staple it or glue it, however you want to use cohesiveness.
Being very careful with the stapler.
And look at that.
Nice
Look at that
pilgrim hat.
pilgrim hat.
That looks great. That fits you very, very well. Pink brings out your eyes really, really well.
Don't I look good with the pilgrim
You
hat,
look
Josh?
fantastic. So now we have our pilgrim hats, we have our hand turkeys, we have Indian hats. This looks great. Thank you very, very much, Kyle, for coming in. You've just learned how to light up your parents' faces for Thanksgiving with handmade turkeys, hats, all that crazy stuff. Thanks again to Crazy Cousin Kyle. And he has some more hidden up his sleeve. So let's take a look at the other crafts that Crazy Cousin Kyle makes during his playtime.
Hey guys, it's Crazy Kyle here. And I know we had a lot of fun with Josh making those turkeys, but now I'm gonna let you see some of my other crafts that I've worked on throughout the years. The first craft that I have to show you from my Box O Crafts here is a pillow that I made. As you can see, it's got a nice alligator on it, and orange on the back, some nice fall colors. Now, being an expert craftsman means not only do you knit and stitch, you also like to sculpt. Now, this is a gnome that I sculpted out of clay. Now, he is my favorite thing that I've ever made in my life, but I did chip his hat when I dropped him once. The last thing I'd like to show you from my collection is my all-time favorite sweater. And boy, is it warm. It's my favorite sweater because I put so much love and effort into it. Even you kids can learn how to make sweaters as good as mine. Let's send it back to you in the studio, Josh.
Wow, Kyle is one crazy super craft maker. There's still a ton more left to come on Josh's Funhouse, including our very own cousin Cody on how to set your kitty table and how to act when you sit down when it's time to feast. Sounds like a stupendous time to me, so grab another juice box and come back for the rest of Josh's Funhouse.
As chair of the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee, I've got good news. New York State's roadways are the safest they've ever been, but they can be safer if everyone would just buckle up.
Seatbelts can make the difference between life and death.
I've seen people walk away because they wore their seatbelt. And I've seen people die because they didn't.
It breaks your heart because you know it could have been prevented.
We're here to save lives. So think of it as tough love.
Please, wear your seatbelt.
Hey, because in New York State, if you don't click it, you're going to get a ticket.
There are people with a calling. Most serve 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. Earning money for college. Protecting their community. In the Army National Guard, you can.
Our town really benefits from trees
We save on energy.
and have more birds than ever.
We're proud that our town is a Tree City, USA.
For future generations.
For the future of the earth.
At the Arbor Day Foundation website, arborday.org, we learned what trees to plant where.
Like conservation buffers, trees planted along the river to keep our water clean.
Make your town a Tree City, USA.
Our town, Tree City, USA.
As chair of the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee, I've got good news. New York State's roadways are the safest they've ever been, but they can be safer if everyone would just buckle up.
Seatbelts can make the difference between life and death.
I've seen people walk away because they wore their seatbelt. And I've seen people die because they didn't.
It breaks your heart because you know it could have been prevented.
We're here to save lives. So think of it as tough love.
Please, wear your seatbelt.
Hey, because in New York State, if you don't click it, you're going to get a ticket.
Welcome back, kids. Well, now that you kids know what to wear to the dinner table, it's time to learn how to properly set your table since Mommy and Daddy will be too tired to do it for you. It's actually very simple once you know how to do it. That's why we've brought in someone very special from the Funhouse family to do a show and tell about table settings. You've seen him on the show dyeing Easter eggs and making piles of leaves to jump right into. That's right, kids. Cousin Cody is back on Josh's Funhouse to show us how to set the Thanksgiving dinner table. Hi, Cousin
kids.
Cody.
Hi, Josh. How are you?
I'm great. Come on into my Funhouse.
Okay.
Great. Oh, I'm really excited to have Cousin Cody back.
Hi, everyone.
Great to see you.
You too.
So, I'm not really sure exactly what to do. I have all this great silverware and all these great plates, and I don't know where they go.
Well, with Thanksgiving, it's a very important time of year, and we need to do what's called etiquette.
Yes.
Yeah, etiquette is very important, and it's basically telling you, the kids, how to set everything up right. So what we're going to do is set your proper Thanksgiving place setting.
Okay, great.
So the main part of the course, everybody loves the turkey. Everybody loves cranberry sauce. Do you like cranberry sauce,
I
Josh?
sure do. I also love mashed potatoes.
They're really good. And so what you do, I'll give one to you too.
Okay, great.
You want to set your main plate. This is where the turkey and the cranberry sauce and all of the main courses go. And so we're going to set this right here, right in the middle. That's the most important part because we don't have placemats, but we do have napkins.
Okay.
And napkins are also very, very important, kids, because what you want to do is you don't want to sort of wipe your food on your arm, you know? We used to do that as a kid. I know I did.
Oh, you sure did.
And so what we do...
With Aunt Bernie.
That's right, Aunt Bernie. So what we do is we take the napkin, we set it right to the left-hand side of the table.
Okay, so
now,
this side.
Yeah, and there's a common misconception, which means some people think that the fork goes on the right-hand side, where actually there are 3 forks for the proper setting.
Now, Cody, there are different size forks, and I'm not sure why are these different sizes?
Well, the first one is very important. It's your salad spoon, or salad fork, excuse me. Spoons, forks, I get them confused sometimes. And so you get your fork, and you put it right here, and then you take, you want the smaller fork, because the big fork is actually for your place setting. And it looks like, so you take your fork right here, and then you've got your other fork, which is for your dessert, because desserts are very, very good.
That's my favorite part of the meal.
That's right. But now,
so we also have our knives and our spoons.
That's right. The important part about the knife is that you want the blade facing towards the inside of the plate. You set it just like that. Then you've got your teaspoon. And your teaspoon is very, very important, especially, I don't know if the kids drink a lot of tea, but you do have hot cocoa, and that's really good. So we're going to put that right there. And then this big spoon is for your soup.
Okay.
And soup is
Now that
very
makes
important. I
sense.
love soup. My mom makes this beautiful just beef stew, and it's really, really good. And so you put it right here.
Well,
okay.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Cody, for showing us all this. We still have a few more things to do, but before we get to that, we are going to learn how to act at the table. So we are going to take a look at some things that Cody did to keep us, behaving well at the dinner table. So let's take a look at that. And let's Josh's Funhouse, because that will be up next.
That's right.
Great. Thank you.
See you in a bit.
Most serve 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. Earning money for college. Protecting their community. In the Army National Guard, you can.
As chair of the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee, I've got good news. New York State's roadways are the safest they've ever been, but they can be safer if everyone would just buckle up.
Seatbelts can make the difference between life and death.
I've seen people walk away because they wore their seatbelt. And I've seen people die because they didn't.
It breaks your heart because you know it could have been prevented.
We're here to save lives. So think of it as tough love.
Please, wear your seatbelt.
Hey, because in New York State, if you don't click it, you're going to get a ticket.
Hey kids, we're glad you stuck around for more of Josh's Funhouse. It's almost time for us to leave, but before we go, Cousin Cody has some more tips for how to act when you're eating your dinner. When a lot of people eat meals, they follow a set of rules that are big boy and big girl rules about how they should act. This word is called etiquette. Let's take a look at what Cody has to say about proper Thanksgiving etiquette.
Hi kids, I'm Cousin Cody, and I'm the man when it comes to etiquette. I was the Albuquerque Invitational Etiquette Champion. Yeah! So today we're gonna go out and we're gonna find people that aren't very good with their etiquette, if you know what I mean. And we're gonna try to fix things. So let's go on our happy journey. Okay. Basic rule number 1. If you want to have proper etiquette, use a napkin. I cannot stress this enough. It's so easy. God, you're such a slob. Listen, that's not how a lady sits. You have to have proper etiquette. You have to be elegant. You have to sort of sit like this, okay? So what you have to do is you take your leg and you put it like this, right? And then you use your posture, chest out. You gotta flaunt what God gave you. All right, that's good. See, it's not that hard, people. Are you people raised in barns? God, wow. I sure am glad that I helped those people maintain proper etiquette.
Your parents do know what they're talking about when they tell you to not chew with your mouth open. Oh, silly me. Let's review those tips again so your parents don't yell at you and get violent. So, yep, you have to be proper, you have to be quiet, and so you
also
need to sit
keep your back
properly.
straight. Yeah.
Keep your back straight. Well, today's show has been a lot of fun. I think you guys had a great time. We learned how to make canned turkeys. Thanks again to my cousin Kyle for coming by. Thanks again, Kyle. Thanks again, my cousin Cody. And we'll see you guys next time when we're talking about Christmas decorations. Have a great holiday, guys.
Oh, Kyle.